Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, and welcome back to another video. So in this video we'll be taking a special look at the Dre community, which is exactly where I am. But let me just pan the camera around so you guys will see exactly where I am. This is a very busy area, but let me just pan the camera around. So this is the main junction, and I think the last time that we did an exploration of this particular road, these stores that you guys are seeing were not yet constructed. As you guys are seeing them right there, and of course there is a change as you guys are seeing those very long metal poles. There is a pedestrian bridge that is about to be constructed at this main Dre junction, but of course you guys will definitely see there, except for these cars that are parked, some of these metal parts that are parked, and of course that is just some part of the pedestrian work that is being assembled. But overall this is the main junction, but this is not the focus, as this is the route that we are going to take, as the Dre community is right inside, as this is just the junction. But we'll try and see how far we'll be able to walk, because there is an installation right somewhere around that particular main road that leads to the Dre community. But all said and done, welcome and thank you guys again for coming along, as today we'll be taking a special look at the Dre junction. And of course you guys already know that the last time that we came here, there is a very large and important market right here, and we've already done an exploration of this particular market right here, as you guys are seeing. So of course this is the route that we used the last time to explore this particular market. But again, standing here, let me just pan the camera around so at least you guys will get an idea of exactly how things are at the entrance. So this is the entrance that leads directly to the Dre community, but this is the route that we are going to take, and maybe as we go along at some point we'll have to pause, because there is a division, or the headquarters of the operational support division of the Sierra Leone police, located just somewhere around here. So we'll have to pause the camera and then try and continue, or try to see if we'll be able to continue immediately after that particular area. But this is just to introduce the video and try to show you guys that the focus for this video will be to try and see how far we'll be able to capture the Dre community. So we are definitely at that particular area, as there's a checkpoint somewhere down there. So I'll put the camera down and then try and pick it back up immediately after we are done from this particular side. Welcome back. So we continue. As I told you guys, I had to pause the video because there is the operational service division of the Sierra Leone police, and there's also a police barracks somewhere that's located. I think the police barracks continues all the way, as you guys are seeing, this particular fence, it goes all the way to exactly where that container is. So let me just show you how far it goes. But that is the checkpoint, as you guys are seeing it. But again, taking you guys back, we came all the way from there. Right there is the junction that we came from, and this is exactly where we are. And of course that particular drive is Honorable Rogers Drive, located at Dre. But just to let you guys know, as of course you guys are seeing, I think this road, this particular main road that leads to the main community, I think is in the process of being constructed, and of course these are the drainage systems that are about to be made. And of course this building is the vocational center that is located at the Dre community. So we are here and we continue. So unlike other communities where you definitely try and see the community that it is very close to the main highway, but I think that should have been the case, and that is the case, except for this police barracks that is located on my right to this side here exactly that I am walking on, but we are here and we continue. So just like I initially told you guys, in today's video we'll try and see or try and explore as much of the community at Djoe as possible, because most of the time and most individuals will definitely not know that there is a whole lot to see, or the Djoe community is disconnected, if I can say that. Although there are some areas of the Djoe community that is very close to the main road, but just like other areas, this particular road is the main road that leads to the inner parts or the inner sections of the Djoe community. So we are here as we continue. So as you guys are definitely seeing it, the drainage systems, I think this particular part has already been made, although it has still not been completed yet. But let me just take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we are, where we came from. So we came right from there, as you guys are seeing it. This is exactly where we are, and we are at the community, and that is the Centenary Seventh-day Adventist Church, as you guys are seeing it. So you guys would definitely know that by now. Of course, you can tell that this particular road is not paved. It is very dusty, as you guys are seeing it, but it is still under construction, and hopefully, maybe possibly it will be completed this year, because I think some of these drainage systems have already been or are under construction all the way. I definitely don't know where it ends, but I think it goes all the way down, except for that okay, boss. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Okay, show me balance, show me. Yeah, the road, because I see the road like the drainage system, so na no more na they stop. Yeah. Okay, the rain they can the water they come also. You know, because I connect if they for them take and connect and don't say for them go. What's that top part? You go back to the okay. So what actually he's trying to say is that this particular road, especially these drainage systems, is still not yet made, and since it is the rainy season, the rains that came these few past 2 days, I think it affected some of the inhabitants that are located down there, or that are very close to that swampy area right there, as since this particular drainage system is not yet built, and when the water comes, it definitely has to find its way down to the inhabitants that are located down that particular side, and that is exactly what he was trying to explain to me. Just this side I had to show it to you guys. So, and of course this is the other side that is still not completed yet, as you guys are seeing it. But that was one of the inhabitants, or if I can say one of the youths that are located or that reside at this particular area, and he was also telling me that there are very prominent individuals that are residing at this particular community that should have spearheaded this particular road construction to be done at a very fast pace, but it is still not taking the speed that it should. And since we are in the rainy season, that is where the difficulty really is, as I usually try and make emphasis of the importance of some of these drainage systems, as since it is the rainy season, when a certain area is flooded, if there is no proper drainage system that will control exactly where the water should go, the water will definitely find or make way for itself, and that is what usually causes disasters. But again, let me just stand here and just try and take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we are. So we are still at the Joy community, and this is exactly where we are. We came all the way from there, as you guys are seeing it, as we continue with the video. So we continue, and hopefully we'll try to go as far or as further as we can, just so you guys will definitely know exactly how things are. So I think this is the compound of the construction company that, if I'm not mistaken, are in charge of the construction of other roads, because as I was talking to that young man just now, he was telling me that one of the candidates that is standing for the mayoral position of the municipality of Freetown is the one that his company is the company that is responsible, or that is constructing this particular road. But I definitely don't know how true that is, but this is it. And of course, just to let you guys know, for those of you guys that may have those that are in positions of power, to please pass on the info that that particular area that I showed you guys, they should try and rectify that area, and of course other areas around this particular community, as it is the rainy season and some of these areas are usually flooded with water. If these drainages are not completed, that will lead to a disaster. And of course, an example of the company that is in charge of the construction of this road. So we are still admonishing for this particular or these drainage systems to be hurried up, as it is very dangerous and will definitely lead to a disaster if that particular area is not rectified. So we continue as we try and push the video. So again, welcome, thank you guys for the subscriptions and the support, and as always, don't forget to subscribe, share to as many of your contacts as possible as we continue to push the video. So just to let you guys know that there are other areas, or there are various drives and lanes that are located at the Joy community, but this is the focus for this particular video, which is this particular main road that we have decided to focus on today. So maybe we'll not be able to capture all of these areas, but this will try to capture as much as we can, as we are exactly at the main road that leads to these various areas, or that leads all the way to the inner parts or the intersections of the Joy community. So bear with me, as we still have a lot to see. So this is a garage, but of course most of these garages are usually plots of land that belongs the individuals, and they usually turn it into garages because maybe at the moment they do not have plans for those particular areas, but we are here. So there is some sort of a view. Let me just stand here and just try and show you guys. And somewhere down that particular side there is a mangrove swamp, and I think I've already done an exploration of the bridge that is located somewhere at that particular main Freetown highway, and that is the Ogu bridge. And of course that particular water that runs under that particular bridge continues all the way, and I think it goes all the way down and definitely empties at the sea. But maybe as we go along we'll try, or we'll get to a particular area where we'll be able to see exactly how that is. But for now this is exactly how things are. So overall you definitely tell, or you guys definitely tell that this particular community is a very, very large one. And just like other areas, I definitely sometimes try and compare some of these areas around the country. You definitely know that if this particular road is constructed just like other areas, this area will be a very, very cool and a very, very nice area. And of course, just in comparison to other areas, this is the main road that leads to the inner parts of, or the inner sections of this particular community, which is the Drake community. But if this particular road is paved, you definitely can tell that there will be a lot of enterprises and a lot of businesses that will be constructed or that will be established at this particular main road, because you definitely know that this is a very, very, very dusty road all the way down. But I think the construction of this particular road is on the way, and just like I initially said, maybe by the end of this particular year, possibly this particular road will be constructed. So taking you guys back, here is exactly where we are. Of course, we came all the way from there as we try and continue with the video. So of course the means of transportation is bikes for most of the inhabitants that are located at this particular area. And you definitely tell that there is some sort, or there is a water issue, because I'm definitely seeing a public well right there, or a borehole that I think is definitely for public use. But maybe I am mistaken, as of course some individuals usually improvise. As you guys will definitely see that this particular road is still under construction. And just look at these very, very huge pipes, as you guys are seeing it, that are parked, that I think they are supposed to be placed somewhere. And that particular area is exactly where this excavator is digging. And these pipes that I showed you guys, I think they are supposed to be placed right there. And of course it will take all the drainage water that comes from these pipes all the way, and it will definitely empty at that particular swampy area, or where that particular river is. As you guys are definitely seeing that excavator that is working. So for those of you guys that will, or that have properties around this particular side, just hold on. The road is definitely under construction. It definitely will be completed, and it just depends on the speed or the amount of time that it will take for it to be completed. But as you guys are seeing right there, it is definitely under construction as we continue. So again, taking you guys back, here is exactly where we are. As you guys are definitely seeing it, we are at the Geographic community, and of course the road is under construction, although it is very, very dusty and not easy to walk, or for the inhabitants that reside at this particular areas to have to brave this very, very dusty road every single day. But just like I told you guys, if this particular road is completed, just imagine how beautiful this particular area will be. But this is exactly where we are. So that is Alajituye Drive, and of course it goes all the way there. And also comparison, and if I can compare this this particular community, which is the Geographic community, I think it is shaped as like some sort of an island, where the dry land is at the middle, and it is being flanked on both the left and right hand sides by if I can say, two swampy rivers that I don't know exactly where the water that usually fills those particular areas, but I definitely know that it comes from the sea, as there are usually very low and high tides at these particular areas. So standing here, let me just try and take you guys back. So this is Kaikai Drive. It goes all the way inside right there as we continue. So taking you guys back, this is exactly where we are, and we are at the Geographic community, trying to push the video as further as we can, and hopefully continue and just try and explore as much of this particular area as we can to Nikoma Drive. It goes all the way down there, so you will definitely see that just right down that particular side there is a swamp that is filled with those mangrove trees that I think I've shown those trees to you guys the last time that I was doing an exploration of that particular main Freetown highway. So that is the one side of the swamp, and of course that other side where the left hand side where I showed you guys where those pipes are supposed to be placed, that particular excavator is digging right now, is the other side. That is also a very, very swampy area that is usually filled with water, as it depends on the tide. But that just describes exactly how the Geographic community is, and also just exactly how this particular community is designed, if I can say, in terms of it being like an island. That's exactly how that other community that I did an exploration of the last time, which is the Mubangba community, that is exactly how that particular community is. But this is the Geographic community as we continue. So you definitely know that these drainages have been they have taken a long time to construct them, as at this particular site, although it is not yet completed, but it has been erected. So this at this particular side, you definitely see that if the rain comes, this particular side is prepared for the sewage or the water that usually comes during that particular season, but we are here and we continue to push the video. So there is an institution located at this particular fence called the Evangelical College of Technology, TECT, TECT, located at the Dre community. But we are here and we continue. So just to take you guys back, here is exactly where we are as we try and take the camera back so you guys know exactly how things are. And there is exactly where we came from, as you guys are seeing right there. And we are still at the Dre community, making progress and pushing forward just to try and show you guys exactly how things are, because most individuals, the moment they hear Dre, they'll definitely, the first thing that comes to mind is that particular main junction where I started the video, that is very crowded and packed with different shops, enterprises, vendors and all. Of course you guys saw that, but the actual Dre community, of course, I've already started the video and showed you guys this is exactly the community. And although, as always, I'll definitely not be able to show all these parts or all these various lanes and these various drives that are located at the Dre community, this is the best we can do just to explore this particular main road. And I definitely know that in doing so we'll definitely be able to see most of these areas, and you definitely tell that this particular community will definitely be a gated community once this particular road is constructed, because I think apart from that particular entry side, if I can say, but when approaching to this particular side or this particular area of this community, will definitely see that most of the houses or most of the lands that are here are fenced. We continue as we try and push the video. So I've decided to walk on this particular side. So if I can zoom in, I don't know if you guys will definitely see, that is the river right there, as you guys are seeing it, those swampy areas that I told you guys about. But again, standing here, I'll try and take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we are and where we came from. So here is exactly where we are. We came all the way right there and we are still at the Dre community as we try and push the video forward. So again, coming back to those metal poles that I showed you guys at the junction. So those pedestrian footpaths, or those a suspended pedestrian footpath, I think last month or month before last was exactly the time that the government started to erect these. I think there is one that is erected at very close to the 34 hospital at Wilberforce. There's also one that is being constructed at Lumley, very close to where that dump or that garage was, and also this particular one right there, because these are the three suspended bridges that are presently in construction. As I definitely don't know, maybe at some other communities or at some other areas around the country there are others right there. So This is the Evangelical College of Theology Community Health Post. This is their compound, as you guys are saying it, but standing here, let me just try and take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we are. So this is the Evangelical College of Theology. This is their compound. As just like I was saying, it is presently being fenced, as you guys would definitely know. And of course, some of these activities you definitely know that. Hence, this particular road is definitely, or is under construction. There will definitely be an increase in the number of inhabitants or residents that would transfer to this particular area, since of course the inhabitants have seen that the road is under construction, although it has taken a very long time, as that particular young guy was explaining to me, who happens to be an inhabitant of the Drake community. But we continue, and here is exactly where we are, so bear with me. We'll try and go all the way, try to go further down. So all these areas you guys are seeing is part of the Drake community. So this is AUK Drive. It goes all the way down there, and I definitely know that it leads directly down to that swampy area that I initially, or that I was trying to explain to you guys, that this particular community is an island, if I can say that, because it is flanked by very swampy areas on both the left and the right hand side as we continue. But we are here, and we are still at the Drake community, just a reminder. So again, the focus for today's video is only of the Drake community. And the video that I posted yesterday, I think I definitely made a mistake, because I showed you guys there was an intersection at that particular video where I think there were about 3 ways at that checkpoint that I showed you guys at the Bangbaila community. And of course, that particular route that I took that leads to the Lumley community, I shouldn't have taken that particular route. I should have taken the one that leads to the more inner or the more remote part of the Bangbaila community. But all the same, we'll find time, or we'll try again and find another time when we'll try and visit that particular area, as most of these particular areas are connected. But we continue, and hopefully we are coming very close to the end of the video. But bear with me as I've decided to try and push this video as further as we can, just so as to show you exactly how things are at the Drake community as we continue to push the video. So here is exactly where we are. We came all the way right there. There is exactly where we came from, as you guys are saying. Right there is exactly where we came from, and we are still at the Drake community as we continue to push the video. So this is their transformer, as you guys are saying it. I definitely don't know if there is another, but this is the first one that I've seen. I think this particular transformer serves, I think, most of the inhabitants that are located at this particular area or at the Drake community. But bear with me, as we'll still have a lot to see and a lot of distance to cover. So I definitely know by now you guys have definitely have an idea of exactly how things are at the Drake community. Although again, this is definitely not all of the areas, as just I think since I started, I think I've shown you guys most of these intersections, or most of these areas that are located at this particular community. But both of the drives that are located at both the left and the right hand sides are not very long drives, just like I showed you guys. As at this particular side, if you see a particular drive, it is not very long, and it ultimately or definitely leads to that particular swampy area that I showed you guys. And of course, on the right hand side also, that is also the case, as this particular community, I keep repeating that it is flanked by two very small rivers, if I can say that, that ultimately empties at the sea. But again, standing here, let's just go back so you guys will definitely know exactly where we are and where we came from. So this is exactly where we are, still at the Drake community, taking you guys back. And of course, we came all the way from there, as you guys are seeing right there, and this is exactly where we are as we continue to push the video further and further. So I definitely know that by now you guys would definitely have noticed that the sun is not shining at this particular part, but further down it is shining. But these are just signs that we are in the rainy season. And of course, although it has not yet officially started to rain very frequently, but we are in the rainy season, and hopefully maybe this particular week we'll experience 1 or 2 days of rain. But that is a possibility, but it has not have happened yet since the last time that I think there were 2 consecutive nights that it rained. But we are here, and I am just trying to push the video to go as further down, trying to explore as much of the Drake community as I can, as we are coming very close, but we are still here, still pushing it. So you definitely know that this particular road is definitely not an easy road to be constructed, because just imagine, there are still on the construction of these drainages. I think the bulk, the large amount of time has definitely been eaten up by the construction of these drainage systems that is causing the delay for this particular road not to be paved or to be tarred. But I think that will happen very soon, and hopefully once that happens, we'll definitely see a different outlook or a change in the overall atmosphere of the Drake community, because you definitely tell that maybe those that are at the inner part, or that are at the intersections, or that are not located at this particular main road, maybe they are not suffering from this dust that is usually caused by the bikes and of course the vehicles that usually frequent this particular main road that leads to the Drake community. But this is a very important road, as you guys will definitely see that it is being frequented by these bikes from dusk till dawn. So taking you guys back, here is exactly where we are as we continue to push the video. So bear with me, we are still, and I definitely know that standing here, we are definitely seeing a glimpse of that swampy area right there, as you guys are seeing, just like I initially told you guys. But maybe as we go along, there will be a clear spot where we'll definitely have a more clear view of that particular area as we continue to push the video. And again, thank you guys for coming along, and hopefully we will definitely find another time when we'll go maybe further down than this particular part or this particular area. So again, if we stand here, I think there is some sort of a view right there, as you guys are seeing it, of that particular swampy area or that river. So all those greenery that you guys are seeing it are those mangrove areas that also continues all the way to that particular side, and all those green areas are that you guys are seeing are swamps. And of course that just tells you that the Drake community is definitely an island, if I can say, as we continue. So taking you guys back, and here is exactly where we are as we continue to push the video. So we are still here, and we came all the way from there as we continue to push the video. So these are the students of the Haja Fatima Islamic Primary School, and I think that is their building down there. I don't know if you guys are seeing it right there. That is their building, and I think they are just heading home and school is done for the day. And I definitely know that overall, in terms of school, yes, there are schools located around here, and as for the healthcare facility, I think we definitely came across a hospital or a health post, but I will not pay too much attention to those particular issues, as of course that particular main junction, there are various pharmacies and various hospitals that are located within that particular main Freetown highway, and the inhabitants of this community will definitely benefit from the easy access to those particular areas. And of course, not to mention that the Waterloo community, which houses the Freetown Park and other business areas, is not very far from the Drake community. So this particular tells you that I think the inhabitants of this particular community are in a very unique position, because it is not very far. Although for those that are at this particular further end of the community will maybe somehow find it very difficult in terms of transportation so as to go to the main center or the main junction. But apart from that, I think there are definitely areas around. But again, I'll stand here and take you guys back so you guys know exactly where we came from, as this is exactly where we came from. Taking you guys back, we came all the way from there, and we are still at the Drake community, just trying to come to the end of the vlog. But bear with me as we'll just try to push it. And of course, just the signs that some particular areas are developing areas. I think this is a community field, as you guys are saying, but this, unlike other areas, this is a very huge one. Let me just climb up here and just try and show it to you guys. So if you guys are seeing, it starts from exactly where that fence is, but near that particular blue building, and I think there, as you guys are saying it, this empty or this vacant spot is exactly the community field. But I definitely know that maybe it is a land that is, or that belongs to an individual, but as we continue to push the video, we'll just try and push it as further as we can, because I definitely know that these particular swampy areas, I think if we try and go further down, I definitely know that maybe there is some sort of a wharf or a fishing village that will be located at the further or the extreme end of this particular community. But this exactly here is all we'll have time for, and maybe as time goes on. So this is the Organic Farm Sanctuary, conserving and cultivating nature. That is their compound right there as we continue. So I think walking all the way to this part, you will definitely see the workers that are constructing this road. I think there is a section that they are presently working on. Let us just try and walk up to that particular point, so you guys will definitely see exactly how it is. So again, thank you guys for coming along with me, and please subscribe, share, and help grow the channel, and keep sponsoring us. You guys definitely know that without your sponsors, these videos will definitely not be able to get to you. So thank you guys for coming along, and here is exactly where we'll stop the video, and I'll just try and zoom in so you guys definitely see those workers right there as they are working. But that is all we'll have time for as we continue and take you guys back. This is exactly all we'll have time for, and thank you guys for coming along with me until I catch you guys again at the next one. This is the Joy community. Peace.